All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first game of the night. We are here with day 2 of the Malaysian Han National Championship 2012 September online qualifier. I'm Zayori, with me is Min, and we're back. We're now in the round of 8. We're going to be going straight through until the best of 3 finals tonight until we crown the winner of this qualifier. So here in this game, we do have Team GUC facing off against Team LB. Min, how you feeling this morning, my friend?
Yeah, feeling great right now and full of energy and ready to go for the day 2 tournament. Yeah, and hopefully we'll see some nice game here for today.
Absolutely, my friend. I certainly hope so. GUC, of course, a team that we've seen a fair amount. Team LB, have you heard of them at all or recognized anyone from their lineup?
Nope, I have not heard any one of them.
Well, okay then. Well, then we may as well just start off with the bands here. It did start on the Legion side, and they started things off with the Wretched Hag, followed up by Armadon, Silhouette, Magnus, Behemoth, Pebbles, Hammerstorm, and Tempest. So kind of per usual here, fairly straightforward bands, though I have to admit, pretty rare to see a band come out onto Hammerstorm.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't normally see a Hammerstorm band. Yeah, but definitely it's a good band because we realize both of us the potential of a Hammerstorm, being a supporter as well as a carry. He's insane and he's just a good hero. I mean, yeah. So it's not a shock to see him being banned down here. So yeah.
Yep, certainly not. And our first picks are underway. A couple of familiar faces, but a Polywog Priest as well as a Luna going to be first picked here by GUC, and Meraxis, the first pick of the game, coming out for Team LB. So I say interesting because Polywog Priest is not one that we saw really at all through day 1 of this tournament, and there were a few instances where at least I thought a Polywog Priest would have fit in great to a few of the lineups that we saw, and he was kind of ignored. So I'm kind of pumped to see him picked up. And we'll see how he fares. Of course, still a lot of options on the table. Interesting to see Tempest banned as well. That was a hero yesterday that last night when I was, or this morning I should say, when I was going to bed, I was thinking about the lack of Tempest play that we saw yesterday as well. It's kind of stood out to me a little bit.
Yep, that's right. So I really love the Polywog Priest picked up, and I really like the potential of a Polywog Priest. And he is such a good mid lane hero, and well, if you play him properly, you can add he's a really a disable master, and he can disable his opponents so greatly. I mean, yeah, with his warp trap ability, tongue tie, and the polymorph, which we call it a hex, or I don't really know what it's called. A morph, yeah.
Yeah, I call it
So
Hex.
yeah, hex. So he's sort of a carry type of hero, but he needs item. He needs his PK to be able to execute his skills properly. So yeah, I really love Polywog Priest, and I love to see him being picked up more often in the competitive scene. So
Yep.
yeah.
Absolutely agree with you, sir. And again, he's one of these heroes that he can play a versatile role. We rarely ever see him playing that support role, but I think he just fits into that tri-lane meta so well with all those disables. Of course, as you mentioned, he is strongest as a solo mid hero, I think. So as we talked about yesterday, playing heroes to their full potential and all that kind of good stuff. We very well may see a Polywog Priest versus Pyromancer heads up in the mid lane, so that could be fairly interesting as well. GUC coming up with their second round of picks here, burning through that extra time, and they're going to go ahead and finish it off. Well, not quite finish it off, but grab the Plague Rider Moon Queen duo. And Moon Queen, a hero we saw yesterday that unfortunately the game was a little bit too one-sided to be a good testament for the power of Moon Queen, but she is a carry that certainly can carry with an adequate amount of farm.
Yeah, exactly. Because one major factor is her bounce, multi strike, which is really if effective against structures when she get her geometers bin and she just push insanely and very fast. So she's a pusher and a carry hero at the same time. Her Moon Finale is it does so much damage. I mean, and it's so oh my god, it's 10 moonbeams on level 16, and it will just dominate the whole team if anyone of the team does not have shrunken head. So she's so powerful. But one thing bad about Moonqueen is she's really squishy, and if she gets control early, then yeah, that's really bad for her.
Yeah, absolutely. She really doesn't have much of an escape mechanism, though she is notably fast. That starting mood speed at 320. There aren't too many heroes that start above 315, 300 being kind of that base. So she does have a bit of a movement speed advantage, just an important thing to note here. Predator Glacius going to be the last two picks for our Legion side. Team LB over here, as they are in the brackets. I don't see anybody tagged up under that. They've got a couple. Shut the Lamb up eSport. I don't understand. Anyhow, they have a pretty well-rounded roster. We see there's some carry action here with the Predator, but no real agility. I mean, of course, Andromeda is an agility hero, but we'll be playing more of that support role. So an interesting lineup. Their lane's fairly straightforward, though. Predator Glacius with the double slow can be quite potent. They'll either have solo Meraxes or solo Pyromancer, and I'm actually not sure which they're going to opt for here. I imagine it'll be Meraxes Andromeda, and we'll see Pyromancer Polywog Priest in the mid lane, but it's a little hard to say. Fade going to be that last pick for GUC over here.
Yeah, that's right. I think it will be a Moraxus and Andromeda as well, because Moraxus needs a partner to actually be used to its fullest potential. So if he's solo, and he will not be able to catch up kill quite easily, yeah, so it's better to tag up with a stunner or a disabler. So yeah. And yeah, I pretty like the Hellborn team's lineup, and really cool down there. They could do a tri-lane down here, I guess, with Moon Queen and solo Polywog Priest middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hopefully. We'll see. That would be my guess as well. They are going to send 4 heroes up here. It will probably be the Aluna Fade Moon Queen tri-lane, though. Down here in the long lane, going to have Suicide Plague Rider. In my mind, a little bit of a throwback, but oh my, there's a spaniel barking. A bit of a throwback, though, seeing long lane Plague Rider here. I'm actually going to lock my camera on Moon Queen. She wants up on the bed, so take it away for a second here, man.
Alright, so we'll be seeing 4 heroes on the top for the Hellborn team versus a Moraxus, and they have their wards placed on the top lane, so they have clear vision. I mean, the Hellborn team have clear vision onto the Legion team, and they are very sure that Moraxus is at the top, so he gotta be really careful at here. So maybe I think they are going in right now and gonna place the ward at the NC. So
what do we have here? Going to do a little bit of a lane swap. So what it looks like, tri-lane going to go long lane. We're going to see close Plague Rider.
And because they found that Moraxus was actually soloing the long lane, so because they had a ward placed there, so yeah. And swap the
yeah, we've got our aggressive lane ward here, and actually another lane ward really blocking the pull, but giving a little bit of sight into the lane. So they are going to switch it up, and things are going to settle down with the long lane tri-lane Fade Aluna Moon Queen going up against the dual lane Predator and Andromeda. Now I like this choice. You have to imagine the Hellborn team was thinking we need to deny some of Predator's farm here. Plague Rider's not going to be able to do the trick by himself, and we're going to put the tri-lane down here. Hopefully shut down Predator and also get Moon Queen some farm kind of simultaneously. Now this might be a little bit difficult for Polywog Priest mid up against a Glacius Pyromancer. A lot of crowd control on that Legion duo. And this Polywog Priest, unfortunately Tofu here, he's going to have to play a little bit more passive than he would like. If he steps forward just a little bit too forward, gets caught by a slow or a stun, I imagine that'll be the end of him. And then up in the top lane, Meraxus, Plague Rider here, close for the Hellborn. So what do you think about the lanes here, Min, overall? Who do you like?
Yes, the lanes are alright, because it was a decent switch, as you mentioned, because perhaps they want to actually lock down on Predator, and they think that if they do a tri-top, it will be a free farm for Predator. So they did the switch after placing the ward down there and discovered that Moraxus is actually at top lane. So I really respect that decision, and it's wise nonetheless. Yeah, so, and I don't think that Glacier should stay at mid because Pyromancer and Polywog Priest, they are on par, and it's really based on skill whether who wins. So Pyromancer is pretty strong hero as a mid as well. So Glacier should actually roam to top to actually assist on Moraxus because he's really facing a big trouble with Plague Rider.
Andromeda going to be able to pick up that haste rune there, a little bit of rune control action. But I agree with you for the most part. With Glacius here in the mid, now one difference just looking at the raw scores here. Pyromancer sitting 10-1, Polywog Priest only 6-2. So Glacius is, the presence of Glacius here is definitely having an impact, and it's forcing this Polywog Priest back in the lane. And he's not able to farm as well as he would otherwise, but I think this Glacius is kind of needs to be able to set up a kill here, or he needs to leave the lane, because right now he's just soaking up way too much experience from Pyromancer. And I think Polywog Priest may start to jump ahead a little bit. And if you look at that XP per minute chart, he's hopping a skip ahead of Pyromancer here. So Glacius needs to make it happen, in my opinion, or his efforts would certainly be better suited somewhere else. This Plague Rider also is doing very well in the top lane. Now Hiroki, oh gosh, pardon me, we did miss a Bloodlust down in the bottom lane. Predator going to get taken out by the tri-lane. Man, I missed it. Seemed fairly straightforward though, just a chain of stuns and burst damage.
Yeah, that's right. So just chain of stuns, a power throw, and the moonbeam. So yeah, there goes Predator.
Yep. My mistake, you know, although it is about 10:30 p.m. here, I did just wake up as well. So I'm feeling a case of the sleepies also, man. I'll try and tunnel that mini-map a little bit better again. My apologies, guys. The point I was going to make before that, though, is Hiroki on the Plague Rider here, he generally plays a carry role, if my memory of GUC is serving me properly, or at least a semi-carry. Seeing him on the hard support Plague Rider is interesting, but interestingly enough, he has the second highest creep score in the game, actually higher than Moon Queen. In this tri-lane, who essentially should have close to free farm. So this Plague Rider is doing very, very well. And, well, we'll see what Plague Rider does with 250 GPM here, man.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to see Plague Rider rushing for Astrolabe. So, as well as Barrel Idol. So we'll see a sort of semi-carry or not, a tanking Plague Rider down here. So, and it's pretty scary if Plague Rider actually gets the item early, and it's pretty tanky and it's hard to drop him. So yeah, I still, yes, finally they send Glacius to the top and to assist Moraxus down here.
Oh, down in the bottom lane here, we're gonna have some initiation. Andromeda is gonna get taken out, and that's going to be another kill for this tri-lane. Who got the kill? It is going to be Gray. So Moon Queen now actually picked up both those kills, sitting 2-0. That is fantastic. Up at 350 GPM now, exactly where he wants to be. Pyromancer, the only one even close. So our Hellborn team already starting to pull ahead. GUC, man, they are looking crisp. Of course, this is just a best of one, guys. Probably something else that we should have... Oh, there's the nameplates. My mistake. So you go LB versus GUC here. Just a best of one. So winner moves on to the semis. Loser, of course, does go home. Just a single elimination bracket. So LB, not quite with their backs up against the wall yet, but they need to be wary. In the mid lane, Polywog Priest just now hitting level 6. Pyromancer only level 5. This is a scary time for Pyromancer. If Polywog Priest can get a ward trap here, this should be a free kill onto Pyromancer, especially one that's out of mana. He does have a regeneration in the bottle, so this is the kind of an ideal time for Polywog Priest to make it happen while he has this level advantage. Doesn't look like he's going to, man.
Yeah, exactly. So if he able to land the warp trap down on Pyromancer, there we go. Oh, but it's a missed warp trap, and there's... Wow, he tanked Pyro. Alright, so actually it's an exchange kill down there because he managed to land a Tuntide, but Pyromancer landed his stun before the Tuntide. So
yeah,
it was like cancel off each other's disable and stun. So
yeah, that was sort of an instance of kind of back-to-back fail a little bit. Unfortunately, Polywog Priest it didn't stagger those stuns quite quickly enough. Very well done by Pyromancer to get that stun off in time, but then Pyro definitely could have survived that. He did not need to be so aggressive. He could have stutter-stepped to the right, and I think he may have been able to outrange the wards and still pick up that kill onto Polywog Priest. So perhaps Pyromancer could have done it without a one-for-one exchange, but very nicely done. Oh no, Fade with an Invis Rune, going to walk right by that Ward of Rev. Very nicely done. Thrown down by Pyromancer right there. As you can see, it's almost at full duration. great heads-up play, and that's going to slow down this tri-lane a bit. They're going to go ahead and just engage onto Moon Queen here. There's the Blazing Strike from Pyromancer. That's going to be another easy kill. Up in the top lane. Nope, Meraxes just taking some harassment. So now we're all leveled out, 3-3. 7 minutes in. Still a nice gold lead, though, for GUC over on the Hellborn side.
Yeah, nonetheless, Moon Queen is still leading at 3-2-3 currently, the GPM chart, so it's still fine. She's still doing a fine job, and well, Plague Rider is on par with Moon Queen, and I'm really surprised that. So
Plague Rider leading farmer in the game. Not so often you see that.
Yeah, so we're gonna see a carry Plague Rider here, as you say that Hiroki plays a carry Plague Rider.
Right there, Hiroki. There is actually no Arcane Shield on Meraxes, and I reckon that's probably why Hiroki didn't blow the Plague Carrier right there, but very well may have been able to pick up a kill on Meraxes, even if he used the ulti. Not going to go for it, though. But yeah, you're exactly right, and Plague Rider can be scary with that farm. Just like Witch Slayer, if he picks up those early levels, he can really take off and play a little bit more of a carry-type role. The bottom lane here, Andromeda going to get caught out. It's turned into sort of a try-on-try, but our Hellborn side with a pretty clear advantage. I think, if anything, they've got a little bit of a level advantage, a 3-4-5, and no, I guess it is just about even, actually, 3-4-5 on both sides, but it feels like the Hellborn side has a nice advantage. Maybe it's just their hero lineup with all that burst damage they can put out. But gonna pull ahead another kill here, 4-3, 8 minutes in.
Yeah, that's right. So I really like the tri-lane on the Legion team where we have Glacius, Predator, and the last one is Andromeda. They can actually set up kills pretty easily. I mean, once Andromeda stance goes off, and it's pretty much a sure kill. So, wow, at the Pyromancer actually spotted Polywog Priest down there, so it's gonna back off a bit at the mid lane. And yeah, so what I say for all the tri-lane, it's really easy to set up a kill for the Legion team, and they should really work out on that and ensure a kill onto Moon Queen, because I think Predator adds. Yeah, he has a level 3 stone high. Oh my god. Okay, we don't normally see level 3 stone high on a Predator this early, and it is not bad. It's good in this sense, because they had a chain stun on the Hellborn team, so adding more level 2 the stone height should actually help him out. So yeah, and with a level 3 stone height, he should be more better. I mean, should be able to set up kills more easily. And I don't know why they are not actually executing any kills. And meanwhile, at the mid lane, Pyromancer actually pick off Polywog Priest with the Blazing Strike.
Yep, another one of these scenarios, what I like to call level 6 syndrome, when you have two heroes in that mid lane that really changed, the scope of the hero kind of changes when they hit level 6, and both Polywog Priest and Pyromancer do an absurd amount of damage relative to most hero hit points at that level. And yeah, not surprised to see them trading some damage. Predator going to get caught here. Let's see if he can get the Stonehide off. They're going to stagger those stuns pretty well. By the time he gets the Stonehide off, it doesn't really matter. Fade's going to fall as well. It's going to be a 1-for-1. Let's see if they can clean something else up here. Moon Queen is level 6. She does have that Lunar Finale. Let's see if she can make something happen here. It doesn't look like it, so that's going to be it. Of course, Predator for Fade, way in favor of the Hellborn team. Polywog Priest going to move into Pyromancer here. No wards coming down, but Plague Rider's going to show up. Hiroki's going to grab that kill. Easy last hit for him. Going to use the Contagion and just pick up the kill. No problemo. That's going to make a 1-0-0 Plague Rider here, sitting level 9, the highest level in the game by quite a margin. He's rotated down to the bottom. He's got that Plague Carrier. They're going to try and make it happen. Moon Queen going to get engaged on. Not going to be able to get the Lunar Finale off, and that's going to be the end of her. Plague Rider now on the run. He's got that Astrolabe, though, an 11-minute Astrolabe. Now, Min, this is going to be great for the Hellborn team if they want to start pressuring these towers. This early on, that 200 heal from Astrolabe is absolutely huge. Again, relative to the most hero hit points, I mean, that's more than 30% of Andromeda's total hit points right now. So this early Astrolabe, I think, is going to work wonders for not only Hiroki, but the whole Hellborn team.
Yeah, that's right. So they can actually execute a push right here if they want, because an early Astrolabe is really huge, and like you said, it heals 30% of the supporters' HP, like for Luna and Fate. So they can actually use this advantage and do an early push, get a tower for the supporters. And you can see Fate is landing at 83 GPM, and he really needs the tower money, and they should really do some tower push down here. And yeah, the Legion team has 5 heroes at the bottom lane, and looks like they're gonna make something happen down here.
Hopefully. They're wasting a lot of time right now. They just lost their mid tower because it was empty. Polywog Priest has free farm. Up in the top, Moon Queen's having a field day, free farming away. They've got all 5 heroes down here. They're finally starting to touch this tower, and they need to be very careful. Once these creeps die, a nice Plague Carrier could really do a lot of damage. And there are a lot of heroes down here. Supplies Plague Rider hasn't used it yet. There it is. The Plague Goo going to come out. It's going to take a lot of bounces. The Meraxes ult going to absorb a lot of the damage. First kill actually going to come for the Hellborn side. Moon Queen's going to port in. There's the Lunar Finale. It's going to finish off Pyromancer. Glacius going to fall as well, and it looks like Meraxes is not going to be able to survive. Down he goes. That's going to make it a 3-0. A big overextension from Team LB right there. No need to dive that tower whatsoever.
Yeah, definitely an overextension executed by the Legion team. It's too over, and Predator is in big trouble. He's definitely going to fall down here. Just the power throw, and there you go. A kill goes to Aluna. Well, they did really overextend down there, and Pyromancer was really at the front. I think there's some sort of miscommunication down there. They really want to go. I mean, they want to go, and they don't want to go. They have this thought of mind, and they can't make the decision out there. But Pyromancer actually went ahead, and got caught off at the front line. So Pyromancer actually died without doing anything down there. So
yep, absolutely. I mean, you're exactly right though. He's still got that Blazing Strike off cooldown, and that's a huge ulti. I mean, that's a kill right now, especially at this level on one of those squishy supports. That is a lot of damage, and you need that if you want to try and finish somebody off. But that's what's scary about this Hellborn team. Their ultimates are just so devastating. Keep in mind that fight was without Polywog wards, as they were used in the mid lane, pardon me. So that was even less some of their AoE damage, and I mean even Aluna fitting in so well here. And this is one of the reasons we see Aluna just picked up so early in every game. I mean, she was second picked in this game, and for good reason. She's such a great support. She has that escape mechanism in Deja Vu, though it's not leveled here. So much AoE damage in that power throw, especially once you get those emerald red power throws coming out as well. The Legion team staying grouped up. They're kind of, I hate to use the pub train phrase, but that's kind of what they're doing here. I'm not really sure exactly why they feel the need to group up so much. It's opening a lot of farming windows for this Hellborn side, and I think we're going to see LB just continue to fall behind if they keep up with this mentality.
Yep, exactly right. Absolutely agree with you. They should stop this sticking strategy, I call it, and they should not open so much farming opportunities for the Hellborn team. So I don't totally disagree if you stick, but if you stick and you make something happen, then it's way better than you just stick and not doing anything, just stay behind the tower doing nothing, and that's not really something you want it to happen. So if you stick, then make something happen, get a kill or two, and that's pretty much better than just sticking around doing nothing.
And Moon Queen's at the point now. She's got that Whispering Helm. She's got at least 1 point in multi-strike here. Yeah, sitting level 1, but that makes her time farming in the jungle so much easier and so much more efficient. We talked about multi-strike a little bit, and we're going to see her farm just continue to skyrocket here. She's leading the way with flying colors around 350 GPM. I just want to take a look at this ward coverage here. Man, look at all of these wards down by the Hellborn team. They've got sight across the river. They got wards of Rev, pardon me, up everywhere here, and unfortunately not going to be quite in sight down for this bottom Legion rune, but even they have some wards of Rev coming out. Great ward coverage by both sides. I mean, this river is just on lockdown, kind of at every spot for both sides.
Yep, exactly right.
Oh, in this bottom lane, Plague Rider going to get the ultimate off, going to catch a couple of bounces between Glacius and Andromeda. Going to squish him up a little bit, but not going to get him close to a kill. And Plague Rider going to head back. So maybe a bit of a preemptive trigger there. Of course, Plague Carrier is level 2, so it does have that slightly lower cooldown. Really not a huge deal. Going to be up in about 95 seconds. I'm excited. I have high hopes for this Plague Rider. Hopefully he'll show Plague Riders everywhere how powerful he truly can be.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, on the top lane, Moraxus faces some problem. There's a ward down and the tongue tie, so down he goes. Pyromancer is in big trouble, tough position, but he will be fine. Wow, a Moon Finale caster by Moon Queen be able to take down Glaciers, and Pyromancer is... Oh my god. I did not... I don't know why he got caught out when he already back off, but I think... Oh,
Wow.
he he wanted to save Glaciers and he turned back, so
Yeah.
in the end he got stunned by Fate, and the follow-up came so smoothly for the Hellborn team and managed to bring Pyromancer down as well. Wow,
Yep.
that's a 3-4-0.
It's exactly what you were
lane.
talking about before, that indecision, that kind of stutter step back and forth. If he had just ran for the hills, he may have been able to survive, but instead he doubled back a little bit, or at least hesitated, and it did cost him his life. Again, movement speed playing a big role right there. Pyromancer at 355, Glacius at 340, and even Moraxus at only 360. Moon Queen, she's at 380. A huge movement speed advantage. Now Portal Key on Polywog Priest. He's going to hop forward. There's the Hex out on Glacius, and the Moonbeam actually going to connect with Mr. Moraxus here. Now they're going to head for the hills. Polywog Priest going to micro into the trees here. He's still got a couple of seconds on his port. Needs to be very careful. Pyromancer actually going to miss. That is good news for Mr. Tofu on Polywog Priest. He's in a little bit of a danger zone. I don't think they're going to be able to find him. Yep, not going to search, but he does not have a port. So he's going to be forced to hang around here probably a little too long for comfort, so to speak. Perhaps his buddies will back him up. He is in a sneaky position. They may be able to bait and engage here. He does have his ultimate coming up in about 25. So kind of an interesting position, actually. Maybe he'll use it to his advantage here to make something happen to Moraxus. The ultimate for Moraxus is going to be used, and that'll be enough to scare back the forces of Polywog Priest as well as Plague Rider. So we're going to go back to farming here. About 11k gold, 8k experience lead for our Hellborn side. They are in a comfortable lead at the moment, Min, and they have control of this game. I'm not so sure this Predator is going to be able to take over, at least not for a while. His farm just isn't quite there.
Yep, I agree with you, and more of the reason is because they stick too much and give Hellborn team too much farming opportunities. So, and we can see that at the Ancient there's a Minotaur down there. So Moon Queen actually used that to stack the Ancient for herself. So it's really a good strategy down there. It saves the supporters some time to actually do their stuff like dewarding or warding. So yeah, I mean, it's really a pretty neat job for the Hellborn team. And if I realize, or if I'm correct, the Legion team does not do any stacking at all for the Predator. So he's farming really, really slowly at a constant speed at least, but it's still at a 200 GPM range, so it's not really that good.
Well, that is a good point, that at least he is getting something. He's farming at least somewhat consistently. Again, we're seeing this item choice to go for what I can only assume is going to be an Ice Brand first item. And I don't know how I feel about that choice. I mean, on Predator, since he is a strength hero, it does make a little bit more sense because of a nice little damage output boost, as well as makes him a little tankier. But at this point, I mean, they're behind by such a big amount. It feels like he needs to go for something a little more serious. And I hate to sound like a broken record from yesterday, but again, I think Shieldbreaker first may have been a better option here in this kind of game. Moon Queen going to be able to take out the triple stacked Ancients. That's going to give her a nice little boost on the GPM chart. Holding a constant 450, it would seem. Ancients on the Legion side seem getting some dust on them. They haven't been touched in quite some while.
Yeah, that's right. So Predator might be in big trouble, but his Stone Knight will be able to save him down there. So yeah, they didn't. I don't think they ever touched their Ancient Crypt. So wow, there's a nice ward trap placed by Polywog Priest and a red power throw by Aluna. Be able to snap the kill of Predator. So the kills, wow, nice assist down there by Aluna. So, but I don't think the power throw was ever needed. And on the top lane, wow, there looks like there's a push and Glaciers. There's two lanes pushing, and Moon Queen will be able to take down Glaciers, as well as Plague Rider will be able to take down Moraxus with the Plague Rule. Oh, nice strategies coming out from the Hellborn team.
Yeah,
pushing
absolutely.
2 lanes at the time. Yeah.
GUC looking good. They are pressuring both lanes. They pick up a 3-for-0 exchange across the map, now leading 16-6 here, about 22 minutes in. They're in great shape. They're going to be able to take this game, most likely. At the very least, they're going to be able to take this bottom tier 2 tower. Hell, they might even be able to get this top tier 2 as well. Plague Rider going to push up. He's got a Hell Cannon with him, and very well may be able to take this tower. It looks like most of the LB efforts are going to be focused around this bottom lane, maybe trying to set up a denial on this tower. Moon Queen does have that Geometer's Bane, is going to use the Moon Finale, going to do a lot of damage here, and that's going to be an easy kill onto Meraxes. The engage continuing, Pyromancer going to go in, and that'll be the end of a Luna, and it looks like the Legion team may be able to clean up. Polywog Priest coming in here, though. A hat trick now for Moon Queen. He's got 23 hit points. There's the Shackle onto Pyromancer, and they're going to be able to turn this around. Down he goes. Tofu going to grab the kill. It's going to be a 5-for-1 exchange. Plague Rider wasn't even there. He was in the top lane all the while, did get that tier 2 tower. It was a victory across the boards for Team GUC right there. Absolutely beautifully executed.
Yeah, definitely. Wow, and really big play coming out from the Polywog Priest, actually saving Moon Queen at the last minute with the tongue tied. And wow, well played there.
Yeah, absolutely right. And as I mentioned before that fight started, Moon Queen with the Geometer's Bane, able to do quite a bit of damage in that fight. A beautiful Moon Finale as well. Everything just used really very, very nicely. And getting that top tier 2 tower as well just pushes them so far ahead, about 22,000 gold, only 22 minutes in. If you're ahead by about 1k gold per minute of game time, that's always a good sign that your team is in pretty damn good shape in that match. So again, just to reiterate, guys, it is a best of 1 here. GUC looking like they're in a good position to move on to the semifinals here for the Malaysian Han National Championship September qualifier.
Yeah, definitely. They are really in a very comfortable and very good position down here with the 21k goal leading. Wow. And I have nothing to say. That engage down there, Plague Rider was not even needed. So you can imagine if Plague Rider was there with his ultimate, and
yeah,
it's gonna be huge for the Hellborn team, I mean.
Yeah, and the other side of that as well, Plague Rider is the one with the Astrolabe as well as the Barrier Idol, 2 huge items in these team fights, especially that Barrier Idol given how much magic damage is on this Legion team. So not only will the ultimate be a huge presence in Plague Rider himself with those right-click auto attacks, but also just the items in his inventory, so team-based. Sort of ironic to see him solo pushing a lane and his team still coming out ahead. Faye going to use the ultimate and try and go in here. Just going to get into tower range, going to throw the stun onto Meraxes, and that's going to be the engage they're looking for. Meraxes will get the ulti off. Andromeda going to throw a nice swap onto Predator. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. The Plague Rider ultimate going to bounce around. He's going to be able to survive. The rest of his team, however, not going to be quite so lucky. A Champion Newer streak now coming out from Moon Queen, and they're going to take that tier 2 out quite easily. It's going to be a 3-for-0 exchange. Predator and Pyromancer, the lone survivors here for Team LB.
Yeah, and I doubt they will be able to do anything about this. And, well, this is a free tier 3 tower for the Hellborn team.
Pretty much. Glacius and Andromeda are going to be coming up pretty soon here, but I just don't think they're going to be able to hold this off. Pyromancer kind of their key initiator with that portal key, but what's he going to do? I mean, if he hops in, he is just going to get annihilated by this Hellborn roster. So we are going to see the racks exposed now. Melee racks at about 50%. And I'm not sure they're going to be able to finish him off. They may opt to back up here now that Meraxes is up. Going to play it safe. They'll take that one fight and tier 3 tower for nothing all day. And in true GUC style, going to play it safe, and they're just going to go ahead and back it up. Moon Queen now going to hit 16. That's a level 3 Moon Finale, as well as a Wing Bow. Wow. 25-minute Wing Bow here for Moon Queen after Geometers. Vote to concede from the Legion. I'm not sure it'll pass. There it is, though. Wow, Min. It's the first time, I think, in our casting duo history we have seen a concede vote actually pass before racks go down. This is a rarity on Garena Han, folks.
Yeah, that's right. Because we don't really like to give up, since it's the best of 1. Then might as well we give it all we can, and maybe, well, we'll be able to change the tide somehow, miraculously. So, well, unfortunately, they think that, well, it's over, and yeah, they just concede the match, and yeah.
Well, arguably so. Moon Queen with that Wing Bow on the way, a 12, 2, and 8 Moon Queen. Yeah, there's no way they'll bring that back. 1, 5, and 2 Predator. Unfortunately, he just didn't get the farm that he was looking for. So GUC going to move on, but very well played by both teams. I'm excited to see what GUC will be able to do in the semifinals. So we're going to take a break here, guys. We're going to have the semifinals coming up next, another best of 1. Then after that, we'll be going straight into the best of 3 finals. I'm Zyori. With me was Min. And stay tuned. Plenty more Heroes of North action coming your way.